You're listening to Weeknight Wizards.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Weeknight Wizards. I am your unfriendly neighborhood GM, Anthony, and I'm just going to cut the small talk. We haven't played since over the holidays as far as this campaign is concerned, and I want to get to the action. So, I will have my character players go through, introduce themselves, and I have a player question for you. The player question tonight is this. Oftentimes, the common question is, what's your favorite pizza topping? I think that's old hat. I am curious, for you, what is your favorite salad topping?
That's funny because my favorite salad topping's an old hat.
I was gonna make the same joke.
I really thought you were going to say, my favorite salad topping is a whole pizza.
Anyways, I'll go first. I'm Gregory. I play Vera of Paris, the warlock Gorgon. I think my favorite salad topping, I really love a sun-dried tomato. I think that's really, really good.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
I'll go next. My name is Nick. I play the Tortle Bonk, and I would say my favorite salad topping is...
Hey, hold on. What? Bonk?
Yeah, wait. I
Yeah.
think that's not the name.
That's not your name.
Berserker Monk.
Oh,
Got
You
it.
didn't get that?
no!
I thought you were saying your
Nah.
character's name was Bonk instead of One Eye.
No, one eye. No, and he's a bonk. Anyway, I think my favorite salad topping
yeah,
is,
my turtle, Bonk.
is sliced black olives, to be honest.
Black?
Mm-hmm.
Nick, the whole world of olives, and you went with black olives?
I like black olives.
Okay.
That's like the
He's hurting
one.
in Italian.
It's like the one food I don't like is olives, and I can't get past it.
Well, good thing it's not your salad topping.
I know it's not my salad. Speaking of which, my name is Joe. I play Quintilian, the bard rogue, and I'm going with like a nice Caesar dressing.
I'm going to say dressing is implicit in the salad.
Oh,
I asked my wife this question earlier, and she's like, "I like the dressing." I was like, "Well, you're not gonna have a salad without. You need a green, and you need a dressing."
I like a good cucumber, big cucumber guy.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm Michael. I'm playing Manny Hilden, the Berserker Minotaur. And I have to be honest with myself. There's a lot of great things out there. You guys picked some real healthy choices. But the goat of the greatest of all time topping is just cheese. It's fucking cheese.
Cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
Parmesan if I had to
fried.
pick it.
Thought you were gonna say fried chicken for a second.
Just a
Yeah,
big
that's
old
literally
wing.
what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
I was thinking of saying bacon bits too. I'm a
Ooh,
big
yeah.
bacon bit fan.
Good. Actually, mine is close. For me, the goat on a salad is any just like
Goat cheese.
fine Italian deli meat. You got like prosciutto or chopped up salami. Like it's so good.
I put a whole Genoa salami.
I put
on
a
my
whole
salad.
goddamn kielbasa on this bitch.
I don't really
Oh.
care for meat on my salad, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care for fruit in my salad. I don't think you should cross the streams.
I feel
Don't-
that. That's
Don't slice up an apple and put it in my salad. That doesn't belong here.
Ooh. Wow. Now we're getting. I thought this was kind of
Now
a
we're
silly
getting
question.
political.
Wait a minute.
Now it's getting fucking heated. Don't you tell me that a salad with goat cheese and apple and walnuts is not fucking delicious?
or
because it
cranberries
is.
in place
Well,
of the apples. I
let
think
me
is
let me
great.
let me answer your question with a question of my own, Greg. And that question is, who would like to tell us what happened last time?
I think we did stay on the salad thing. Actually, this
hold on.
no
For
fruit.
the salad
No fruit in
question.
the salad is insane.
Yeah, I recall our characters
actually.
argued for 2 hours about salad. And it went something like this.
Yeah, I can recap.
Thanks.
So we were in the city and specifically the marketplace of Attendal before. Um, we, for completing our job, got 120 gold, which we divvied up between the group. Captain Landray had told us that he was going to be heading up the coast soon, and basically implied that if we wanted to keep working for him, that we could. We basically put him off for a couple hours to a day to say we're gonna look around first. Vera detected magic everywhere, and we were trying to figure out what was going on with everybody's kind of extra digits and fingers and things like that. We went to the Heron's Head Inn, which was a well-attended local inn. Quinn did his Quinn things and went to go chat up everybody. Um, and then we found out that there were mysterious people who had visited the magistrate in the castle of Attendal recently, maybe including another Gorgon. And after that, this curse had begun. We established that our group to the outside world is called the Beasts of Burden. And then we went up to where the magistrate was. We saw that they were holding a dark iron scepter and that they seemed to be enthralled by it. And we noticed at the top of the scepter seemed to be a hand on top, like holding the scepter from the top. And then I have Gaius Siderion of the House Siderion. Is that, I forgot who that was, but I wrote down that name because I thought
Gaius
that was
Ausidarion
important.
is the magistrate that you fought, or that
Okay,
was
the magistrate. Okay, that's the
involved
name of the
in the
magistrate.
conflict. Yeah.
Cool. And then the magistrate asked Vera if Vera was one of the witches who gifted him the scepter, which basically kind of confirms that there was a Gorgon. This is Gorgon Omara, who had 3 attendants. And then we, Manny and Wanaya tried to take the scepter, and it turns into, it started pulsing with a bunch of energy, and it broke the floor, and so we all fell into an underlying dungeon. And then we heard, and as described in our notes doc, the grossest squelching noises from beyond our field of vision. And so we saw that the scepter erupted into kind of an Akira, like body horror like monster, and it turned into a multi-fingered hand kind of thing. And we ended up fighting and winning, although Vera did get knocked unconscious and had to be revived. The hand disappeared, and then it turned back into a scepter. And that's where we ended.
Greg, what did you say our group name was again?
The
Beasts
Beasts of Burden.
Oh God.
Well, that's immortal.
Is that going to go on the stream? That's
Yeah,
hope
it
so.
will. It will.
I hope so.
Nice.
Actually, it'd be really funny if the sound didn't, and it was just us being like, "Oh, that's in the stream."
Oh, yep, there it is. Thank you. Point of order on the scepter.
You're welcome.
It is it's not that a hand is holding the scepter. The scepter is shaped like a hand that is holding an orb that forms like the top of the scepter, and it's
okay.
it is specifically a 7-fingered hand.
Didn't
You
you
haven't
release
seen
a
it
photo on the
because-
socials?
I did,
Checks
and
out
I
at
also,
Wizard.
if you can see in the Roll20, I also popped it in there. And of
Nice.
course, it doesn't look exactly like what I wanted it to, but it's close enough and looked menacing enough, so
Yeah.
I went with that. I should do it
Nice.
with the hand monster itself. Yeah, so we find our heroes in the bottom of this dungeon sort of area below the palace of Atandal. There are 2 rather freaked out looking guards that are nearby. And Vera, I believe, is still probably looking pretty worse for wear. The
Well, a little
scepter,
woozy.
as
Yeah.
the scepter, as Greg said, has turned back into a scepter and is now laying on the ground. It's not like glowing or giving off any kind of weird magical waves like it was before.
When I would like to look at his hands,
Yeah.
how do they look?
All of your extra digits and appendage nubbins have instantaneously disappeared. Your hands are all back to normal, except for Manny's, whose were always normal.
And now they're different. He looks down and says, "Oh no, I only got 4 fingers, guys." Oh wait, I had those the whole time. All good, never mind. Hey Vera, I know you just got the wind knocked out of you. Can you just check and maybe do a little magic check to make sure this thing's safe to pick up?
Ooh,
You're like coughing
I
up
really
blood.
would love. Ew. I really would love to, but seeing as I've just ascended to level 3, I've switched out my available evocations. So I don't have that one anymore.
Oh,
She
okay,
says into the metaverse. But I can look.
well,
can do like
probably
a-
can. You're
Yeah.
probably doing an Arcana check or something too.
I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
I want to make an
I have a
Arcana check.
I
Okay.
yeah, I have Arcana, so I can do.
Quintillion, I think you're still up,
I
aren't
think
you?
you jumped
No,
down.
no, I'm
Oh,
down.
He
You
jumped down.
jumped
He jumped
down?
down to join
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm basically dead. So no can do an Arcana for me. That's a nat one.
Sure. That's cool.
Yeah, looks safe.
I got an 11.
The scepter appears as I described it.
One eye will walk over and pick it up.
Now,
Alright.
One Eye, I don't know much about what that is, but I don't think you should be
Guys,
holding it with your bare hands.
I'm just a simple country grifter.
At least,
but
at-
These are these are turtle hands, not bare hands. But I
And
think
you
it's
know what I
I think it's
meant.
okay. I'll pick it up.
You pick it up and you look down at your hands, and they look pretty normal.
we'll
my
not
hands
at
look
least
normal, too.
I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
we'll not at least use this handkerchief. And he pulls a handkerchief out of his pocket and hands it to him.
Yeah. When I will wrap it up.
Manny wants to check on the guards. He goes, "Hey, no hard feelings up there, but thanks for helping us out at fighting that horrific otherworldly creature that your magistrate unleashed upon us."
Just for my
No problem. That was, I think between you and me, some of the sickest shit I've ever seen.
He was pretty sick. But yeah, he fist bumps the guard.
Vera,
Nice.
Vera is throwing up. In the,
for
on
my
the side.
inventory purposes, does this thing have a name? Or just hand scepter?
Yeah, you can call it hand scepter.
Hand scepter, not a very good
How
metal
about,
band.
how about
name.
the hand? I was gonna say, how about the hand rod? No, not liking that one. All right.
You can call it whatever you'd like.
I want it to be
I
a
think it's
hamrod.
okay, and when I'll stuff it into his pockets.
And that's what activates its magic.
Fingers
hey,
erupt across your shell.
Oh no! Oh, that's a horrible sight.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You guards, do you know how to get out of here?
Oh, yeah. You just follow me. It's right this way.
Manny follows.
When I'll follow.
I'm gonna follow in
Yeah.
the back and see if there's anything I can sticky fingers. We're in like an old cistern.
Was there a corpse of a giant hand monster, or it blinked
just-
away? And, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
It turned back into the scepter. You got the loot
Oh.
from this fight.
What
Okay.
about the little one? Because I had talked about that Manny would have actually wanted to hold that as a proof, if possible.
Yes, the small swarm of hands, you were able to collect one of the weird misshapen hand flying things.
I'm gonna add that to my.
I think we should go
Alright.
check on the Magister. See if he made it out. Okay.
Or
No, he's-
you
he's
could
got
be
answers.
gentlemen and check on me and make sure that I'm okay.
This
Well,
guard unlocks this door,
Hey Vera, how
leads-
are you doing, by the way?
leads you upstairs.
I'm doing okay. Thank you
'Cause-
for asking.
Because we definitely could take like a little, I don't know, like a little
gonna
short
move.
rest.
Perhaps we
If
should
you-
find an inn instead of just hanging out in these dark spaces.
No, I look my best when I'm almost dying, so I think I'll stay just as I am. Thank you.
I showed this, I think, last session. This is kind of the environmental shot of where you are, but I'll bring you back to the throne room here. I think you come out in like a side door over on this side. There's still a gaping hole in the floor. The throne has been knocked over from Manny's assault, and the magistrate,
touch him.
I believe, the magistrate is still unconscious. You didn't touch him, but I think that Quinn did.
I think Quinn just threatened to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stood behind him with a gun,
Yeah.
pointed a gun at his head or whatever.
I did do that.
Completely rational,
Yeah.
not war crime.
I actually don't remember how he became unconscious.
I ran over and flipped his chair over.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had
Manny-
come to, he may have fainted.
Do we have to leap over this hole to get over there?
Because
No, there's a way that you can walk around the edge.
he was awake when I gave him a cool one-liner before I jumped down to join the fight.
You're right.
But then maybe he fainted out after how cool my one-liner was.
You knocked
So
him
yeah.
down with it.
Mm-hmm.
If Vera is really hurt, Manny would be like checking in with her, like helping her up the stairs and stuff. But otherwise, if you're good, he's gonna go pick up
Yeah.
this guy.
She's just being indignant because that's who she is, but she's okay.
He'll come to as you start to pick him up, Manny. Goodness gracious.
And he puts him down in his chair, which he's.
This is
right
an odd place for a nap.
Do you remember anything from the last maybe, I don't know, 4 days or so?
Let me think. You are a minotaur, and I don't interact
Going
with
straight to the
minotaurs
profiling, huh?
very often.
Does this
I-
look familiar?
Received that as a gift, yes, the scepter, from some visitors from the Republic of Ariabus, and then now I'm here.
Huh.
Who are you? Who are all of you? Why is there a hole in my floor?
We saved you.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you.
The guards
From
are
what?
here with
From
us. too,
what? Yes.
From this. It had a
No.
hold on you.
Oh, with the hand.
Was that
Sure.
was that a hold joke? Because it's holding on. It's a hand thing. Are you just making a joke, one IE? Anyway, a bunch of these horrible things came out, and he holds this bloody, dead, like hand monster. You know, this was just a little one too. It was pretty terrifying.
Get that away from me right now.
Well, it also cursed everyone to make them have extra fingers in like the whole town, including most of my friends. I was fine.
That is disgusting.
Yes, sir. I'd
Perhaps-
say it was pretty disgusting, but it's all better now. Hi, my name's Kenneth Adams from
That's right.
from Adams and Adams Adventuring Party, and we're professional adventurers. You see.
Yes,
Here-
it is always good to have a professional in this sort of scenario when a cursed scepter enters your inventory and it becomes a curse upon you. I see.
Well, you know, we handle all sorts of cursed objects, scepters, rods, crowns, staves, big on staves, like
I was gonna say, I'm a
nunchucks,
little,
nunchucks once.
a little concerned
I
about
think that- I think-
how often you think this happens. That
Yeah, I think in the
feels weird.
future I'll be a little bit more wary of accepting gifts from strangers in cloaks.
Do you not vet your guests that give you things before you just accept?
My good man, they were very high-profile guests visiting from a foreign nation.
Allegedly.
Alleged. No,
Um,
they were.
Well, Wanai is talking. I'm gonna open up an invoice and just kind of hold it out to him with a pen, hoping he signs it and doesn't read it.
Oh, what's this now?
When people
does
come
read
into
it.
my home, I pay attention to what they're handing to me.
You had to say that now, Wanai.
He does read it, Joe. What does it say?
Oh,
What's-
it's
what
just
do you-
it's
what do you-
just an invoice for
Monster removal,
Adams, and
cursed.
Asm's adventuring party. Cursed.
Yeah, what are you
cursed
trying
object
to
removal.
bill him?
I don't know. How much did you get paid for the last job? Like 120 gold.
Go big or go home,
Yeah.
Joe.
It's probably like 60 gold. Like it's like a lot, but it's not like. It's like
He signs it. He signs it.
Yeah, it's like more than it would probably cost, but you know, it's an upcharge.
You're not just breaking even on this one.
We're not.
Yeah,
What?
he'll sign it.
60 gold total or 60 gold per person?
What kind of margin do you have on that thing, Joe?
Total.
Come on.
Yeah, total.
And is this going to the group or is this what you're
Oh no,
signing
this is
home
everyone.
for your-
Well, this is payable within 7 to 10 business days, or else
Do you
it's
distribute tonight?
that's actually a discount if it's 80 gold if he doesn't pay within 7 to 10 days.
A young page comes out nearby almost immediately with the gold.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm gonna add it to everyone's inventory then.
Yeah, it's like
Magister,
15
this
each.
wand affected your entire town.
Yes,
Everybody
it's concerning.
had multiple digits.
I have multiple digits right now. See?
More than the normal amount of digits. It was
Yeah, but,
unpleasant.
when we
And we're
defeated
all
the monster,
unpleasant.
when we defeated the monster, everyone's hands got normal again. So yeah, I mean I guess we got paid, and that's great. I don't know. Is there some sort of is this a big deal that people representing a country came and cursed a major city? This seems like a big deal.
I'm pretty concerned about it, but I think it's a bit above my pay grade. I'm
Aren't
just
you
a
the
You're
city
the
good
guy.
number
king.
one person here?
In this city, yes, but
And we're
I
in
have
one
to
of the
run the
biggest
city.
cities. We're in one of the biggest cities of this empire, right?
no.
Oh, okay. But it was a marked one, wasn't it? Or is this a minor city? I'm trying to remember the
This
map.
is a minor city. It's the next stop. The next stop is one of the biggest cities.
Got it. Okay.
You're still a little bit in the backwater,
Like a 2-bell town.
If
like a two
If
bell
I'm-
town. If you had to
Two and a half
estimate.
bells, really.
two and three quarter.
this is looking like a 2-bell town.
You there with the invoice? Do you happen to know maybe somebody for flooring?
Will, let me tell you, I'm just gonna
Oh, straight for the profiling again, huh?
I'm gonna pull out my lute, and strum a few chords and cast minor illusion over the floor.
Oh no.
Well, now don't step on this for a while.
I think that this scene just fades to black. I'll move you guys back out into the city proper.
God, that's funny.
I don't even think minor illusion can get that big.
Probably not. It was quite large. Okay, so you are back out in the city, and Captain Lanray is here now.
I have a feeling Captain Landry is just around the corner. Do we want to meet up with him and continue?
I can smell him. He's close by.
Why is everything you say so sexual?
Do turtles have an increased olfactory sense? All right. He comes around the corner and looks to be in a good mood. He's, oh, it's you four. I noticed my hands are back to normal. Was that you?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We did do that.
Manny
Another invoice.
nudges Tilly to give him an invoice. Yeah.
Yeah. Slide him. It's just like, we did do that. Hey, if you could, sign one of these and pass them around to anyone else who seems happy that their fingers are gone. Extra fingers.
The extra
Yeah.
fingers.
Yeah. No refunds on the fingers.
Yeah. These
I
are.
think as you hand out an invoice to him, he put right into that hand. He puts a contract for another voyage, This time guarding cargo to Ceres, which is the big city.
And remind me, I think, is that the city where we know?
Yeah, can you give us the world map?
I think that's where I'm.
Yeah, Ceres is from Tilly's note.
Yeah,
It's
Ceres
where
is also
Tilly's
where
being-
I'm from. That's where I was born.
Yeah, it's this one.
Okay.
It's where Quinn has been summoned, I guess. Summoned is a weird word, but has
Wait.
been entreated to come.
Where
His
are we right
presence
now,
has
then?
been requested. You're
We're right
where
above
the ship
it.
is.
Oh, okay. There's just another town on this coast, essentially. That's not
Correct.
labeled. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think
That's
Vera will
fine.
say, well, seeing as what we just experienced was horrible, and I definitely need to recover, I wouldn't mind a little pleasure cruise to the next destination. I mean, Quinn, he has been awfully shifty about what we'll be doing when we get there. Anything I can do to make his life miserable is a plus for me. So I say that's the direction we should go.
I'm also very happy to just be back to Ten Fingers. That was a weird experience that I
It was
don't want to have
weird.
happen again. Yeah,
Yes.
not a fan. Great.
Not-
Well,
it's-
I've already
Just
had
make me
the
feel left
cargo.
out.
I'm sure that there's more weirdness in the world for you, Manny. Well, I've had some of the crew load up the cargo, so if we want to head out, we can. Otherwise, I'm planning on hanging out next spell. If there's something that you need to do in the city, I don't know.
Well, I guess the only thought is did we? So he's heading out today because I think I don't remember what we had really set up, but it's like, are we better off sleeping in a on land tonight and then venturing out in the morning, or does that matter?
I don't think it makes a difference mechanically.
Okay.
Guys, what do you think we should do with this? As one eye holds up the hand scepter.
Can I roll like I know we rolled Arcana and it seemed fine. Can I roll some sort of perception to see how much I think it's worth? Or would
Sure.
that be what kind of skill would that be? Investigation, history?
Investigation, I think, would be appropriate here.
So I'd like to think that I'm holding it and help it, like sort of feeling the intricacies of the carvings and aiding Manny in this investigation.
I'm probably bad to investigate this, by the way. I don't know.
Nick, I'm gonna hit you with one of my favorite quotes from the classic film The Princess Bride, in which is "You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?"
Yes.
I think I that line runs through my head every time somebody says "I would like to think X."
I see what you're saying.
Every time. Yeah, roll.
So
roll
that
'em.
gives me advantage, or
Yeah, usually that's what aiding does.
a 13 then.
Yeah, on a 13, you would know that this is worth probably 200 gold.
Shit.
Now, doesn't it seem a little weird to sell it to this town? I mean, I'd love to take it to an appraiser and offload this thing as soon as possible, but doesn't
I
it
also just
seem
think
a
it's
little,
wild?
little strange?
It's also just wild that this thing is probably a part of a continental war crime, and they just let us walk away with it.
You know,
I think we might be able to use it in some way in the future. It might be
As-
we might be able to convince someone who's also trying to affect other towns that we are on their side. And we're trying
As
to do
you are
something
discussing this, I think it's the same Harengon messenger that approached you before, rushes up to you, stops, holds out her hand, and has a note for you.
or who?
Why?
Holds it out to the group.
I'll take it and give her a tip.
Excellent.
5
How
silver.
much do you tip her?
Like 10 silver.
Okay.
That seems like
She nods and runs away.
I assume that's a good amount. I don't actually. I
assume-
tipped
I
her
think
the
of
first
silver as
time. I don't remember
dollars.
what it was.
That's a good tip
Yeah.
for a simple message. I would say it's a good tip. I didn't make one. Excuse me. I didn't make
Physical
one like I
ones.
did for the last note, but it is a very short note in the same hand as the previous one, and it just says, "Don't sell the scepter, Vadric."
Oh, yeah.
I think
Well,
I think I
now-
was
now
right,
it's right.
guys. I think I was right.
I guess I mean, I'm not likely to do what every note says, but maybe we should listen to this one.
So we'll listen to this one, and
I
then we won't
think-
go to Saris. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
I think both. I think both for its value and for figuring out what exactly the hell it is, bringing it to Ceres makes the most sense, which is offense totally intended for this town that has been an absolute nightmare to visit.
But that
And
Wow, you guys got messages twice in one day. It's pretty great for visitors.
we're important. Is there a like a magical curiosity shop or some kind of specifically? I'm looking for a bag of holding.
No.
Okay,
not that we can afford
Okay.
for sure.
that's the small ones aren't that
Here-
expensive.
Here's the in my hands. You can't see it on the stream, but here in my hands is the improv principle of yes and.
See you later.
Throwing it away.
See ya.
Right now.
Yeeting it.
That's fine. I was just curious.
No, there isn't.
But you know where there will be, probably. It's Ceres.
Maybe in a larger city.
Well, now I would like to say I know we were going back and forth between sleeping on the boat or sleeping in town, and I will say there's better food, better drink, better beds in town.
The ship is leaving tonight.
Didn't he say it was tomorrow?
The
am I
GM said it
dumb?
didn't really matter wherever we slept mechanically. So
Do any of you have anything you want to do before we leave? It feels like we're like trying to leave but not leave.
thematically, we just got off a ship after a long voyage.
Yeah.
So my thought is thematically, it would make
okay.
sense for us to want to sleep in town, but I don't.
That's me too. That
Cool.
that was like a thematic thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
okay. Yeah, I think we
thematically,
could sleep.
you would want to sleep in town. I think that
Yeah.
as far as this session is concerned, it's just turning into a Minnesota goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I will slap both of his knees and say, "Well,
that's for tomorrow morning.
All right. So
I think
we
I'm,
rest. and
I'm
get
going
on a boat.
I'm gonna New York. I'm going to New York fast track this conversation and say we rest and leave.
I'm trying to remember what game this is. Oh, okay. So I think here's a better answer for you mechanically, Michael. You are welcome to sleep and recuperate on the boat if you'd like. If you want to stay in the city overnight, you are welcome to do so. You will incur cost of living expenses to do this, and similar to the Legend of Zelda series, if you pay for the bed, you'll have like benefits to your health bar.
Hmm.
Well, that's cool.
Vera will sleep in a bed.
Yeah, me
for
too.
it.
It's gonna be like temporary hit points. Yeah.
same Z's."
Now I don't remember the cost of living rules though. I have to pull that.
It's cheap.
I don't either. It's not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not expensive. But you're paying for
thought
a
it
room.
was-
You're paying for a board. You'll get
Yeah.
5 temporary hit points.
I thought it was 10 to 15 silver, but I could be wrong for
That sounds right.
a meal and a bed.
I have exactly 10 silver, so let's call it 10.
Let's call it 10.
You have
find a-
way
you
more
find
than
a-
that.
You find
No, I have
might have
more
gold.
gold, but in my
Sure.
change,
I see
I
what you're saying.
have
that's
10
his pocket
silver.
change.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you crazy? I'm not gonna spend my gold pieces. Come on.
so you foot the bill
Spend
to
cha-
stay at the Super 8.
Yep.
You wake up feeling well rested. Is there anything else that you want to do in this town before we head out?
Complimentary breakfast.
The breakfast is included with the hotel stay.
I really want some powdered
in
eggs.
stay.
Dehydrated eggs and crispy
They
fucking
taste
bacon.
they taste exactly like that.
Good.
Do you think they dehydrate the chickens to get these?
You know, Manny, I bet
We're-
that is
that-
how
something
they
we're-
do it.
Suddenly we're on the boat.
Yeah, I'm moving the thing.
Oh, it's the swan.
Yes.
All right, so the Sea Swan is a sail once again, this time heading up the coast, even further in the Empire of Styria, toward Ceres, which is known as the Jewel of Styria. It is one of the most beautiful cities, or at least you've heard. Quinn knows. One of the most beautiful cities in the Empire. Is there anything you want to do on the boat?
What are the twins up to?
They
Yeah.
are reefing the mainsail.
Is that the one that's
Yarg.
off center or? And I have a question. The reflection in the water is missing some. Never mind.
Vampire
Don't
boat.
look-
Vampire
don't-
boat.
Don't look too close.
Don't look too close. It's yeah.
I think Vera's going to stand at the front of the ship and hood up, and is just going to kind of survey the scenery as we go by, kind of keep watch.
Very good.
Wanai will spend a short amount of time in the morning, sort of with a kata, in the morning, and focusing on Tidecaller, the longsword.
That's right.
And it
Yeah,
now becomes my monk weapon. It becomes a monk weapon that I can use as a monk weapon.
Sick.
Favored weapon is, I guess, the technical term in the book.
You've bonded with your shard blade.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
As we go ahead.
I was gonna say Manny's actually spends a lot of time below deck. If you guys remember, he didn't look very good during the last fight. Like he looked very not himself, and he has been kind of keeping to himself more, a little more anxious.
Does Wanai notice that? I'm leaving this on Anthony.
That's up. That is up to you.
Oh,
I don't know how entrenched in your kata you are.
well, I was gonna say during I noticed Vera. I guess I don't know what Quinn's doing, but
Quinn's
None of us do really.
Quin's sleeping.
Okay.
He found a place that's like out of the way and hidden and fell asleep again. He had a late night.
after noticing that Manny's not there, I'd love to go find him and invite him. Manny, you want to do some morning stretches, warm up?
Oh,
Why is everything you say so sexual?
Well, no, I think it's better if I'm just kind of doing my own thing right now. I just got a lot on my mind when
Do you mind like what?
it's personal. You wouldn't
Okay.
be interested.
Well, don't assume what I would be interested in, but I must say that
That sounded sexual too.
a nice morning stretch is good for both body and mind. To help.
actually hearing that, Manny thinks of,
Well, if you think it'll help, I'll give it a try.
and he comes with you to do your kata.
Helps balance the inner turmoil, the rage.
Oh, well, I guess it's worth a shot.
And yeah, so he comes and does his.
I'll
What does it
lead.
look like?
It's essentially, modern terms, fancy yoga in a sense. A lot of like poses that are held, muscles taut, arms raised, lowering, and a lot of breathing, a lot of deep breathing, and concentrating on your body and trying to concentrate on nothing else besides that.
Would a dexterity saving throw be appropriate?
Acrobatics,
Sure.
maybe.
Yeah, there's a dexterity saving throw time. Yeah, 14. I did pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't know how flexible Manny was.
You don't pull anything.
At the end, a big exhale.
It's weird. It's like God exhaled too at the same time. Like he was really tired of our bullshit.
It's called wind.
That's all I got.
As we are heading up the coast, I would like everyone to make a perception check. I think I need to get in the habit of doing that as we go from place to place on the ship, just in case, I don't know, a kraken attacks or something.
All of our secondary rolls are fantastic, but our first
Yeah,
ones
so far.
are not, except for Joe.
13.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the voyage passes uneventfully. And with no further ado, I will bring y'all to...
Slight question: what's the topography of this island continent like?
the topography.
Is it
you
mountainous?
say?
Is it? Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought you'd never ask.
So there's mountains to the southeast. and
Yes,
some
we've got
to
a
the-
mountain range down here. We've got some highlands here. This is mostly a fertile valley. And the climate is mostly temperate. Thanks for asking.
Wow.
Nobody asked
I
me
feel
about
like-
my map details.
Yeah,
One
this
A,
is
one
like
A is reading like
the
a
most
pamphlet, like to come visit.
Oh yeah,
Huh.
temperate climate, and it looks like the rainfall is annually is 36 inches. That's not bad.
It says here we should
Uh,
visit. Where?
Visit
I-
Ceres.
I have
Cool
a-
Asteria.
Hang on, I have
was
a
Vera
place
saying?
in Styria. The Nightingale Club
Oh.
is a big place in Ceres.
Vera, do you see? We could go to this club. It's in this pamphlet I received from Captain Lanray.
We could. Or we could rip out our fingernails one by one. Both sound equally fun.
Well, we have fewer of them too now.
That seems dark.
Don't
Which
ask
is
me to go to
perfectly
a
in
social
line
gathering.
with Vera.
Don't ask me to go to a social gathering. Not really my scene, usually. Thank you, though. It's not you. It's everyone else, really.
You can see one eye kind of slunk off, sort of sad looking.
I said it's not you, you idiot.
I like that we have like a sad boy barbarian.
troll.
Yeah.
Sad berserkers.
Sad
As
or
a-
angry are my only two emotions.
Toxic masculinity in full force over here.
As a brief aside, whenever I'm reading books to my son and there's a turtle that's like a minor character, I always have I have the same turtle voice every time, and it's always like it's almost like out of breath.
Oh, hello. I'm the turtle.
Sure.
I can't wait till we meet another
So-
turtle in this world.
Yeah, just you wait until we get into
You've
the
got that
turtle
one in the
storyline.
back pocket.
Your son just thinks that's
Try
what,
the
that's, what,
basket.
that's what turtles sound like. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what they sound. They'll sound wheezy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you to Ceres. This
Whoa.
is the Jewel of Styria. This is an interesting map in that I encountered the first time where this wasn't working exactly the way I wanted it to. I wanted to label this as this is the palace area, and it wouldn't let me do it. So I have to tell you, this whole complex is like the palace compound. That's the place.
Okay.
As you pull into the bay, you see what I think that all of you would agree is one of the most beautiful cities that you've ever seen. It is unlike the other cities in very good upkeep. This seems like a cosmopolitan place. There are towers and looks like tall living space buildings. The Bard's College features prominently in the skyline, having many towers of its own. And the general vibe that you get is that the people here are actually happy. They like living here. You don't get the sense of like empire in decline. Like this is a thriving city.
Oh
And
no, they've been cursed with happiness. We have to find the
Oh.
scepter and destroy it.
we have to help. I didn't make the map as like to scale as I did with the last place, so you can pop your tokens on here if you want. But you'll recall in the note that Vadric did want to meet with, at the bare minimum, Quinn at the palace gates. But I will let you guys do what you'd like here in the city because you are adults.
Where's the port? Where did we
Vera-
arrive from?
Yeah, the port is going to be coming from this road here.
Oh, the port isn't directly onto the city. It's
It's a little ways up.
okay.
It's probably like just off the map.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think Vera. I think we're arriving up the road to the city, and Vera's got her hood up, but she turns over to One Eye and says, "Right, sorry for snapping at you a little earlier. That is also not a joke about your race. I'd like to go with you if you're going to try to find a magical item once we're done offloading the goods."
I haven't been in cities a lot, but I know that people sell things that we could utilize. So, wonderful.
Great, you're finally grasping capitalism. He slaps him on the back.
People sell things.
It's the best system that it could possibly exist. There is no other system people would
It's
want
the
you to
only
believe.
system.
I'm also
So-
the lowest end character in this game.
As Manny begins to rib One Eye and slaps him on the shell, One Eye just turn like kind of a cocked eye back and how does your hoof feel on that shell?
Oh no! Why did you say it like
That's
that?
so sexual.
I'm
felt
not trying
great,
at
though, thank
all.
He doesn't have
Like I'm thinking
Nick,
it hurt him.
He doesn't have 4 hoofs. He has hands.
I can still call
They're kind
them
of
hooves,
blocky-ish.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty offensive, but yeah, you can. You can.
Right, lover boys. Let's focus on delivering the package first. Then you can go to an inn, and then I can go and meet One Eye for shopping.
Will
So what is?
do you guys? Oh,
Yeah, you go, Joe.
do you guys mind if Manny and I go to this meeting with Lord Vadric?
Look, the shopping doesn't. It's not pressing. We have time. Did Captain Lanray tell us how long we'd be in port, or he would be in port, like he did at the last town?
Yes, he let you know that he will be in port for 3 days.
Okay.
Well, this is the final destination for him, for us and him.
This is correct. Your contract with him ends here. Right. I mean,
When
he'll
his
be
stuff's
going on another
offloaded?
voyage. Yeah. He doesn't have plans for the next leg of his journey, but it will probably be leaving the Empire.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, I think the first thing we would do is settle up getting the cargo in, right? Like we're on the
Yes. Yeah. Completing our
looks like.
job. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the GR instead of fully writing out GM role, which I've been doing my entire life.
Man, you're upgrading.
He's
That is, it's that this was a shorter voyage from your last one, and it will pay you 100 gold.
Holy shit! This guy's fucking loaded.
I rolled very well in your favor for this job payout.
Maybe we
Yeah,
should
that-
keep working with this guy. We're this is going well.
Adventuring is kind of dangerous comparatively.
Say
This
that-
is easy and
100 gold total, right, Anthony?
100 gold total, and so you've seen the cargo to its destination. It's dropped off, goods in hand. Landray pays you the money, and he says, "I think that this is where our paths part, but before you all go, I just want you to know it's been really great working with you all, and I was just wondering if any of you have seen my sextant, because I don't exactly know where it went."
Quinn's
Oh my
gonna
gosh, I
perk.
just
No,
remembered.
hang on now.
Okay.
No, Captain. Quinn's gonna perk up and cut off Manny. No,
Manny had
no,
actually forgotten about the sentence.
I don't think we have seen a sextant. I mean, not aside from the one that I gave you at the last town.
Yeah, and that was a very kind gesture, and I really appreciated it. But it just doesn't have the sentimental value that my family heirloom did.
Well, but
Manny
if
decided, Manny
if-
says under his breath.
if you pass this one down to your child, and they pass it down to their child, the sentimental value will be back in just a couple generations.
Captain, can I have a second with my
And this one will
You-
have been
you can-
owned. This one will have been owned by a great man.
You can have a second with your teammate Nick after Joe makes a deception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a +2, or no, sorry, a +4 because I enjoyed what you just said. That was very funny.
So a 17.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Nick, you're allowed to have an aside with your teammate.
When I don't like that you're stealing from him.
Look, I didn't know our rates were going to be stealing from him as well. But also, I really like that sextant.
But why? You are not a seafaring individual.
When it doesn't work. He told you. You remember that,
You
right?
ever thought you
The
might be a
sex-
sextant addict?
Just telling you, I don't like that you're stealing from him.
I didn't.
I'll kind of
steal
look
it
over at
from
Manny.
him.
I'll kind of look at Vera.
Look, I didn't take it.
Manny would be happy to give it back to him, but Manny does not actually really care. Like,
I won it. I won it fair and square. In the game of is he paying attention or not?
Yes, that is stealing.
No more stealing than you did of that iron rod. And he's just gonna walk away from the conversation.
Yeah.
Manny would follow me.
Bye, Captain Landray. Good luck on your journey, and I hope your children love your new sextant.
Thank you. I think they will. I think they will.
That was ominous.
All right, you're in the city, and you are no longer bound by contract to be guards.
I just like to say, Quinn, I feel like is normally like a pretty, like, he definitely appears happy all the time because he thinks it makes him likable. And he is noticeably more excited to be back in series than normal. Oh, I love this city so much.
I feel like it's like one
Is
of
there a good?
No, I was just gonna ask. Like, the city is like it's clean, Anthony, or is this like gonna be like Metropolis? Like, is there like, do we actually get a sense like this is an amazing city, or are we also seeing,
It is
like...
clean, yeah. It's not just a facade. It seems like a place that you would want to raise a family.
Everyone here
What's the?
is just so focused on their own thing. Nobody even notices if you do this. And he just reaches into someone's bag and pulls something out.
I think you know what you have to roll for that, Joe.
7.
I think it's like an older woman, and she's just like, she doesn't even turn her head around. She slaps your hand away.
He's gonna kind of like take whatever he took and like kind of juggle it, and then hand it.
You didn't take anything.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, okay.
You
All right.
did not make contact with your quarry.
That's fair. I was gonna spin it in a way, but I'm not going to anymore. He's gonna. All right, so maybe I'm a little rusty, but I used to run these streets.
Okay, Grandpa. I think Vera's going to be looking around. What, from our perception, we understand it's this beautiful city. What is the like population like? Are there a lot of like other animal-based like citizens? Are there like what is the kind of makeup of this city?
Yeah, great question. The empire as a whole, to be mostly comprised of humans and half-elves. But here in this much more cosmopolitan city, you see even more than the previous two visits, or the two previous towns. You would see more demigod races. You would see more elves. There's probably also some fae.
You guys,
Pretty-
is this
pretty
a
much-
5-bell town?
This is
This is
honestly on Skelp. This is a 5-bell town.
Holy shit.
and great
Gulp.
bells they are.
Okay, great. And so is there an impression, and again, I'm happy to like roll something for this, but is there like an impression that's like there aren't like segregated areas for like housing or
No.
stuff, right? Like people might tend to like have their quarters, but it's not like we could go to like any inn or like any
Yeah, there are inns around. There are a lot of shops and marketplace areas, and a lot of those will have like living spaces above them. So it's very well laid out. It's I would say, as far as city planning is speaking, it's very properly zoned.
We love some multi-use
Yeah.
housing.
Mixed use,
So I
please.
think
Mixed use.
I
I'm
think we have
sorry.
a few things. We have to do.
Multi-tenant use.
Yeah.
So we have to meet Vadric. It would be nice to see if we could get some information on the scepter, and we were hoping to get a handy haversack style. Or
I don't
backhoe.
know if we should advertise that we have this scepter.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if that's wise.
Since Vadric seems to know we have it, we don't have to do any digging until we first talk to him. So maybe we talk. Do we want to do that first, or do you guys want to have your shopping montage? She looks over at Wanai and Vera.
Shopping can wait. I think business should come first, perhaps.
business before pleasure.
Do I know
Right.
Lord Vadric? I don't think I do, right? I think we established that.
Roll a history. I don't know if we did, but we're gonna set it straight. This
It's a 20 on history.
sick. You do not personally know Vadric.
Okay.
However, you grew up in Ceres, and the entire time that you were growing up, you've heard the name. He is the advisor to the oh fuck, I have this name written down. Hang on a sec.
While you're looking that up, does anyone remember I left something out of the note? I think it was the name of my associate.
It is.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Or that, like, the whole sentence about my associate I left out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't hear about Kara.
Yeah. Excellent. I just wanted to make sure I had my own story straight.
Yep, you're good.
Oh, that's where it is. Hang on a sec. I have the name for the. I'll speak while I'm searching for the name itself. You know that the entire time that you grew up here, Vadric was in service to House Siderion.
Okay. I'm
And I don't know how long Harengon lifespans are, but like you also know that he has been here for a long time.
yeah. I think we determined they're like average length.
Here today, gone tomorrow. You know.
There it is. Okay.
Are you
Okay.
sharing
is.
this information, Quinn?
Oh yeah. Yeah. As we're kind of walking, he's gonna just I'm really interested in why Lord Vadric was contacting us. I mean, he's certainly connected enough. He could almost have the heroes here, if he wanted. But who knows? Maybe they're busy doing something cool. You never know, making the world a better place or something.
So, Joe, you would know because you're obviously referencing the famous, even infamous adventuring party Defiance.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, they're the heroes from our world building session.
How was that spelled? Was it Defiance with a T or Defiance with a CE?
Defiance, like the noun, not the
Okay.
plural noun of
Got it.
of an adjective.
English is dumb.
Adjectival noun.
I never really understood. Now that we're talking about it, I never really understood why. What are they defying against?
Evil.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Probably gonna be a big twist where it's something terrible that we uncover what they're truly defiant of. But
Now, Manny, let's not keep it too meta.
oh, sorry. Sorry, I just zone out sometimes.
Sometimes the
Just
thoughts
associate
just
All the
pop
ego
in.
just comes in. Yeah.
They come in one horn, out the other.
That's how you hear? It's through your horns?
No, that's just. I like to say that just to keep people on their toes. Though. So we make our way to the,
Yeah, I
the
think-
palace gates.
I think we make our way there. Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna wait. To the palace
let
gates.
me. Thank you. That was nice. Bring you over here. You can see the Palace of Ceres is
Well, there's
large and very well ornamented. This is not to scale. Let me finish my description.
It's tiny.
Gilded domes mark the top of the palace. There are pillars and columns everywhere, stylized with a sort of Corinthian design. Corinthian being the earthly comparison. A series of byways lead from the city to various gateways along the circumference of the palace, and at what could only be described as the main entrance, you spot a male figure who is leaning against the gates. I need to mute a tab.
Can you turn the turn order off as well?
No, you need to know whose turn it is next.
if you double click it, it turns transparent and gets smaller.
There it is.
Oh, I
Thank you.
love
Thank
that.
you.
Also, I think the reason the city planning is so good in the city is because they actually limited the number of byways.
That's true.
They didn't just keep adding lanes.
You can look that up. That's true.
Yeah. Also, there's no way this guy is evil.
No
He
way.
looks
As you-
so trustworthy.
As you approach, you can see that this person has sort of like a almost a dark cast to them. He has a very fashionable 5 o'clock shadow, and is wearing very ornate garb. Disregard the flame and the token. For some reason, Firefly just loves to have like people just holding a candle like right here. I don't know what that signifies. I don't know if it means he's very learned. He's got the candle of enlightenment in front of him.
Hey V, do you know this guy?
Yeah, classic. All human passing people know each other. Nice one when I. I don't know. Maybe
Both
we'll
look
find out.
very learned.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
But yeah,
Uh,
he clocks you as you approach the gate and waits for you to approach.
Does he have an entourage? Like, I mean, I was like, this guy's advisor.
Is he-
No, he does not. He is waiting here alone.
I'm gonna use minor illusion to conjure myself a particularly dapper hat.
I love that. Can you describe your dapper hat?
Yeah. Excuse me. I think it's just like a top hat, but like it's a top hat
Is
with
there
like
ear holes?
it's got a gold rim. No, the ears go under.
like the emoji.
Yeah, the ears go under the hat.
As we approach, I would just like to do a perception to see if I get the sense that he doesn't need protection. You know what I mean? If like this is a person
Sure.
who feels confident carrying himself, or that the city just feels that safe to him.
Yeah, that's great.
18.
An 18. Manny, on an 18, you would notice that as you approach, this particular individual does not look like they need protection whatsoever. This is, and it becomes more and more apparent as you approach. You notice that this person is leaning against the gate, but they're leaning against the gate in the shade. This person is not fully human. This is a Dampier, which is a half vampire.
Daywalker.
I take back my comment. I don't. This guy's maybe not evil.
Maybe he is. Who knows? The story continues to unfold.
I am gonna walk up to him and, Lord Vadric, it is an honor to make your acquaintance finally, in this fine city of Ceres.
Quintilian, salutations. It's very good to meet you, and I assume this is the rest of your party?
Yes. Well, don't say
The
don't say.
Beasts of Burden?
Yes, that's us. Don't say my party either. They get a little testy about that one, even if it might be true.
Of course.
Yes, this is of course Manus Hilden, and over here in the hood we've got Vera of Prom.
Oh yeah,
In the hood.
Paris.
Paris, thank you.
It's like, yeah.
And of course we've got Wanai. No surname provided.
A pleasure to meet all of your acquaintances.
You too. Hey, he seems really nice, Tilly. Nicer than most of your friends.
V, are you sure you don't know this guy?
I slap
Now-
when I like on the shin, telling him to shut up.
Oh, my
Stop.
shins.
I'm not sure how much your friend Quintilian has shared with you about my note to him, but I was hoping to recruit your group for a job, if that's something that interests you.
I'd say
we-
that depends.
We do love to work for a lot of money.
I second what the large man Nator says.
Manator.
Man,
Half man, half another man.
all tore.
2 feet and 4 hands. I
Not what you think.
Vera. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry. Vera kind of like sizes him up and says, not that I don't believe in the skill set of our group, but we've come from quite a long way to maybe take a job of yours. Why us? Why not someone in Sarah's?
It's funny that you should ask that. I plan on enlisting at least 2 adventuring parties because I do want to guarantee that this goes smoothly. I hope that you don't balk at a little competition.
Well, now we definitely love ourselves some competition, but have you picked the other party yet?
I have, and it's a little odd that your name is the Beasts of Burden because I also enlisted the Beaks of Vernholm.
Oh yes.
Oh, we get confused.
Have you
with
heard
them
of
all the
Have you heard
time.
of them?
Yeah,
Oh no!
these guys.
It's a very
Bunch of
similar
bird brains.
sound. I think that's racist.
Probably. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe tone that down a little bit. But before I engage with contractors, of course, I like to get to know who I'm working with. So if you wouldn't mind stepping with me into my office, I'd love to have a little chat, just get to know each of you before I fully seal the deal on our working together.
Can we have a moment?
Of course.
Classic sidebar right in front of the person we're talking to.
Yeah, well. Do we trust this guy, Quinn?
Well, Lord
No, but looking.
Lord Vadrick has been a pillar in this community, and he's gonna pat the pillar they're standing next to as he says that.
Corinthian.
A pillar in this this fine city for years. I see no. I mean, it is a city of thieves and liars, but
You just described a city.
that's true.
You guys also aren't
No,
serious
he-
that we're gonna let the Beaks of Vernholm like get one better on us, right? Like we
yeah,
gotta.
we gotta beat them.
Okay.
Against my better judgment,
Okay.
I like money too much to pass up this opportunity, so I think we should at least find out what exactly he wants. That being said, this is the city that birthed Quinn, so that should be on all of our minds when we consider who we're working with.
Man, he pats his backpack to make sure it's still closed.
Anthony, are Dampier just as common/uncommon as the rest of us?
No,
They're
no,
much
they are
more-
not.
They're much more uncommon.
Incredibly rare.
Got it. Okay.
Some of us probably have never seen them, right? I would actually probably
Yeah,
guess. That
I
Mandy's
assume
never
I
seen one,
don't
has
know what he
no
is.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far as you know, in this world, there is exactly one vampire, and that is Drail.
Oh.
Oh, that's right, that guy. Okay.
I think, yeah, I mean, just for the group, I think Vera, I'm not sure Vera would have ever met a Dampier. It's possible, but I do think Vera's kind of
It's incredibly
Imme-
unlikely.
immediately clocks, though, that there is like I mean, I know we were joking about what Wenai was saying earlier, but like, there is a similarity to like human passing, like,
Sure.
I guess I don't know what you would call like the classification of a Dampier in terms of like the race. Like, I mean, it's a Dampier, but like the like.
More human looking
Type.
than beast.
Meta-humans more so.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we call them human passing. I mean, I don't know what you would say the right like term is for like demi-humans.
In this world,
or, like, whatever.
the term would be demigod.
But
Demigod.
are
Okay.
Dampiers demigods?
Yeah.
They're different,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They are different. They're
Oh.
kind of a unique cross section because the vampire is the nobilis of
Right.
of the god
Right.
Kobura, and so the Dampier would be the demigod.
Komori.
Got it.
Komori.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I named the snake god and the bat god very similarly.
Well, anyways, all this to
That's
say
why
that,
Wane
like,
thought you knew. He got the gods mixed up.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
all it was.
You,
Similar
you know, the
names.
snake god, the bat god, they're so similar.
no, but I do think Vera just kind of picks up on like their like what she knows of these like types of demigods is like evil's not the right word because she's not evil, but I do think she clocks it like there's serious magic at play here. Like this
She
isn't like
sees
just
she understands fanged creatures.
yeah, like well, I mean, he's not dangerous just because of his political power. He's dangerous and like powerful in a more like primal way. Like is
sense, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Correct.
that's it.
But also his political power.
Well, sure, of course.
And
I mean,
he's
look at this.
hot.
Look at those robes.
I just wanted to say, Fang recognize Fang.
Hey, there we go.
Ooh, that's pretty
Pretty good. Yeah, we follow him.
All right. So as
I'm
you're
in.
walking to his office, I think he's going to do a little bit of walking and talking. And he will say, I suppose you've noticed through your... I'm not sure how long you've been in the city. Not long. Our city is mostly home to normal digited people. And I'm guessing that we had a very similar experience with a scepter as you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys got your
he-
own scepter? Man, I
He
just-
pulls an almost identical scepter out from behind his belt.
Wow, I've never seen anything like that.
Wait, is someone just going around trying to
Quinn
turn
is gonna show hold up the note that they received from about that he knows about the scepter that we have.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, but one of you does have it, so one of you can
Yes.
play coy as he wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you can. I'm gonna let you do it, but I am gonna hand you this note. Just
So if my calculations are correct, which they often are, the envoys from the Republic were very kind enough to deliver one of these scepters to almost every major metropolitan area across the Empire.
What kind
And-
of goal would this be? Just to
What a
make people
bold
have extra
play.
fingers?
were they just trying to get a hand into every society?
Ooh, that kind of wordplay is not welcome in my prison. Thank you.
He just immediately kills one eye.
Yeah, make a DC 30 check of any skill you'd like.
I can do it.
All right, 'cause we're casting Disintegrate here. No, he shrugs off your shitty wordplay and he says, "I'm still working on a couple of theories, but the machinations of the Republic of Witches are, despite all my years, still a little beyond me."
I always knew you should never trust a witch.
Well-
Vera's right there, man.
Well, I wouldn't.
She's
I
a
wouldn't say
warlock.
that. That's. Anyway, I'm very happy to hear about what you did in Atandal. That was obviously on my list. But the object of your quest is to. I hate to use the term fetch quest, but that's what it is. I need you to go and find an item that will effectively nullify the scepter's influences across all of the major metropolitan areas in the Empire.
the crown.
I
of
don't
the
want all
foot.
these extra hands. What's that?
The crown of the foot.
Hmm.
It's like a crown with feet on it.
That sounds even worse. Truly,
I don't-
truly a nightmare.
I'm sure there's a
Anyway.
cricket noise in Discord.
Yeah.
There is.
Immediately disintegrates
a-
Quintilly as well. We're
it's
just
a
down to
duck
just
quack.
Vera and Manny. That's all who's left now. Oh wow, nice
So
office.
you reach his office, and it is nice. It is immaculately painted. There is not a book out of place in this office.
I thought you were about to say there's not a book to be seen.
This guy
It's not a
is
book in this
incredibly
place.
intelligent, and he does not fucking read. He has people to do that for him. There are very large crystal windows across one wall. There is a bookshelf that spans the entire wall across the opposite end. There is gold leaf and fine porcelain and indigo paint everywhere. It's just like it screams opulence. And he has a very lovely cherry wood desk seated in the middle of the room, and there are a series of chairs in front of it. But as you enter, he says, "So, as I said, I'd like to interview each of you, and obviously it's your group, so if you'd like to divvy yourselves up and do this individually, fine by me. If you'd like to do it as a group, I don't really care. It's really your preference.
You know, I would actually like to do it individually.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Manny's
Okay.
very nervous, but goes along with the crowd.
I've never had an interview before.
It's like feels.
Manny,
Didn't-
I
didn't bring my
interviewed
good
you
time.
to be part of this.
Yeah, the interview was beating someone up.
Yeah, and me and Vera decided you passed.
Excellent.
Well,
Who
that
would like to go first?
who would you like to go first?
He points at Quinn, and he says, "Not you."
Damn.
Can we actually bio before we start the interviews? Is that possible?
Yeah, let's do an intermission. Badrick
Alright.
points and he
Now I
says,
gotta
"Not
get-
you," and we'll go to intermission.
I did not.
Yeah,
I
I
was
got,
not
I
prepared.
gotta get
for-
my my greatest weakness ready so I can talk about it.
I just work too hard. You're too committed to
Yeah.
that.
I'm a perfectionist. I'm so
I can't
goal-oriented.
See, that might pass in this hall because there are no books here.
I think there's books
Yeah.
underneath the statue next to his.
You're propping it up. Yo, that could be.
Yeah, it's just a prop. Yeah,
That's a
he has a book, but it opens and it's just full of weed. It's
honestly
just
a cheese
our
drug
drink
case.
to me.
I'm
Are
gonna
we
get some
there? Are
wine.
we on?
We're on intermission and I found music, but I haven't muted everyone yet.
Okay.
All right, mute everyone, and then. Anyway, in conclusion,
Wish I could
Hatsune
eat some
Miku
carrots.
has a bigger cultural impact than Jurassic Park. Welcome back, everyone.
Wow.
Contentious.
All right, if you're gonna drag me back into a prior discussion, we're gonna drag you back into you're so wrong.
I don't know. I don't
You're
You're
know.
very wrong.
Joe, you actually can't know if you're right or wrong because you haven't watched Jurassic Park. And the fact that yeah, I mean the majority of the people here, I guess we were fairly evenly split on who knew about Hatsune Miku or not, but
Yeah.
everyone knew about Jurassic Park, so that tells you everything you need to know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did Jurassic Park ever perform at Coachella?
Yeah,
'Cause-
did Jurassic
right.
Park perform at Coachella? Because
right.
Hatsune
I'm
Miku's
there.
gonna be there.
Are you 18? I'm confused.
And
Coachella? Who
that's
gives a shit?
my metric of what's cool. Is
Yeah.
that Coachella? Because if not, not really interested. Okay, so we're back in the game now, and Vadric has just pointed at Quinn and said that he does not want to interview Quinn first.
You just want to roll for it?
I will respect your choice.
I would love to roll for it.
Yep, I'm in.
Yeah, you want to roll a d6?
D4?
Well, he said not Quinn first. So we
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
just a D3,
D6.
right? We just split 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
roll
that's,
D3.
that's true.
All right. I could be 1. Who wants to be 2?
Me.
Okay.
So why not use 3? All right. It's Vera.
All
Vera will
right.
step up and she'll say, "I'll do the honors."
Excellent. The rest of you, get out.
I thought you were going to say, to the dungeon.
Yeah,
Off with the heads.
pulls lever and we fall to the floor.
Vera wins the contest. She volunteered first.
Balloons stream from the ceiling.
Yeah, we
Bill
Um,
Clinton is there for some reason.
I think. So is there like a seat or something opposite his desk, or how?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. I think she, unsheathes the scythe from her back and says, "Where can I put him?"
Oh, you can. I'm sorry, him?
Yes.
You can put the scythe wherever you'd like. And actually, that leads me to my first question. The scythe here. I've noted that it's been in your possession for a long time, but I'm not entirely certain how it came into your possession. Would you
Well-
mind elucidating me on that?
I found it. And it became
Wow,
part of my
fascinating.
possessions. Yeah. How much do you want?
That is a thrilling story.
And she kind of smiles not like a shit-eating grin, but kind of like a, they're sparring a little bit in this, and so she says let me rephrase this. For your contract, how much do you need to know?
I need to know enough to know that whatever you have on your person and within your personality is not going to be a liability to my job.
Right. Okay. Well, as you may know, the sisters of the different enclaves do not typically find themselves outside of their islands. And I had a good reason to leave Paris. Mostly the decimation of my sisterhood. That took me to trace those that I found to be responsible for those crimes. And in a moment of desperation, when I needed it most, Karath, and she pats. So she's got the scythe laid across her lap
Okay.
on the seat, and she says, "Karath here provided me the strength I lacked to deal with what I needed to deal with, including saving one of my sisters who was in dire need. So Does that help?
It does. Now, when you say gave you the strength, are you referring to figuratively gave you the strength in your heart of hearts, or are you
Also,
literally
yes.
saying it gave you the strength?
Well, I'd like to think the strength was within me all along, wouldn't you?
Yes, wouldn't that be a happy silver lining for the story?
The real magic was the scythes we found along the way.
I think she understands. Like she's. Uh, I think to that she says, "I've always had my own power, but yes, this helped me accentuate it. It's a foil of sorts. I mean, it's an axe. It's a scythe, but it's a foil of sorts."
Lovely. And there's no risk of whatever magic is contained within your scythe. Oh, I don't know, going haywire while you're out in the field?
So I guess this is a question for you, Anthony. We haven't really talked through her
Not at
relationship
all.
with the side, and so I want to. How much do we want to get into it? Like, I'm happy to get into it as much as is relevant. But I don't know how much you.
I'm willing to get into it as much as you want to.
Okay. Yeah. I think so. I think she'll kind of play pretty straight here. I think she says, "This is my. I have a bond. This is not just a weapon to me. This is part of who I am, and it speaks to me, and I speak to it, and it lends me great power. But it has never failed me before, nor has it ever acted independently of me."
Now, when you say speaks to it, am I to understand that you are speaking to the scythe itself, or is there someone on the other end?
Well, usually the people on the other end of my scythe don't speak at all.
You're quick. I like that.
Hmm.
Very well. Enough about
It's
that. But I'll let you finish your sentence.
Vera says, "It speaks to me. As far as I know, there's no one else on the other side. Karath is my weapon and an extension of who I am."
Well, it speaks to me too. It's a hell of a vibe.
Sorry, it's just like Bedrick's like, is the scythe in the room with us now? Is Kareth? Can you see Kareth in
Can
the
you
room? With us?
can you point to Karath right now? Now, you've told me a little bit about your upbringing with the sisterhood.
Hmm.
I hate to even have to ask this, but it's a manner of checking boxes. Did you have any involvement with the troop that came through and delivered the scepters across the Empire?
Hmm. I understand why you would ask that, but no,
Believe me, I don't
thankfully.
want to, but I would be remiss if I didn't.
I understand it. You're just following orders. Um, no. Thankfully, as I've said, the sisters who leave are few and far between, but the reasons why they leave are just as myriad as what they end up doing once they're gone. This has nothing to do with me.
I think that you and I both understand serving a bond that we may not have understood at first, and I hope we can find some common ground there.
I should like that.
Now, one of the, I should say, the main Gorgon that came through introduced herself as Omara.
Hmm.
But as I'm sure you can tell, I have intelligence everywhere, and that's not her real name. My sources let me know that her real name was Shate. Does that name mean anything to you?
Does it?
Xate. Shate.
Oh. Ah. Sister Shate. Yes, that unfortunately does
Am I
mean
saying that
something
right?
to me. Yeah. I mean, I think that's as good of a pronunciation as you could have for that spelling. So I just wanted to double check. I was like, yeah, Shate makes good sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Ah. Well, she, uh, the illustrious one, is one of the reasons, if not the main reason, for my departure. So yes, you could say I do know her quite intimately, and am anxious to find her again at some point.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Backstory.
A backstory. Yeah.
The
Um,
lore.
the lore. It's slowly. So I guess Anthony, not to. I guess I didn't know if you're fishing for like because he's fishing, or if you're fishing for like this is exposition time and everybody should be sharing their how they got here.
Oh,
So
Greg,
I guess
why
that's
can't it
that.
be both?
It can be both. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Um. So just to make sure you and I are aligned, because this has to do with the artificers, is this did we call them the Black League? Is that what we called them?
We didn't name them, and I
Okay.
didn't think that she had anything to do with the artificers. Oh, you're right.
She
You're right.
does, yeah.
She did. Yep. As you were.
That's okay.
No, we didn't name
Um,
them. I don't
I think it was the Dark
particularly
League,
care
I
for
think
the
that's what you
name
said.
the Black
Yeah.
League.
No, that's why I changed it to Dark League in my notes. Yeah. Does that work? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so Vera says, she kind of takes a deep breath and says, as you know, people of your kind and of mine are oftentimes feared for good reason. And other times are feared because we are who we are. There are others who seek to exploit that, and among them, I don't know if you're familiar, is the Dark League. Artificers who want test subjects to create artifacts, potions, really anything that will pay, but sometimes just because they're cruel. And shit on her misguided, in her misguided mind, decided that the best way to purchase a life outside of our clan was to sell some of us to the Dark League, including my closest sisters and the mother of my nest. Hence, why I left and why I've sought to not only find my revenge on her, but on the Dark League as a whole. I'm happy to say that I've had a piece of that when I went to go save those that I went to save, but it's not nearly enough. I have other demigods and beings that I wish to entreat into a cause, but should my path cross those who have wronged me, then Cathar and I have unfinished business. Hopefully that gives you a little more information as to whether I am able to handle the kind of task you're seeking.
It most certainly does. This Dark League, are you referring to the artificers known as the metallurgists?
I think this is where I need your help, Anthony. Is this
That's their real name.
okay? Then yes. It would be, though that's not how they advertise themselves.
Well, I'm sure they have different fronts when they go from place to place.
Did they go
Felix
here?
sound- I'm sure they have operations in almost every nation across the world. Where they might roost in the Empire, I'm still getting to the bottom. Still getting to the bottom of. But, and he looks down at his notes, I think I've got all I need from you. Would you be so kind as to send the next person in?
Yes. And if I might be so bold, have we discussed payment yet?
We have not.
I am happy to discuss with you separately, but I value information above coin, should you see it fit. And she leaves.
I think that when you say
Uh,
that, he's got a response, and he'll say, "Of course, and you're you're really the leader of the group, are you not?"
Well, the pawns don't usually. The royalty usually stands back most of the time, and she yeah spins away, and opens the door, and says, "Manny, he can't be more excited to meet you." And,
Oh God. Okay. Did he make you do the Myers Briggs? Because I failed that last time.
I like the concept of failing it.
I know, Manny's very nervous. Okay, yeah, Manny can go in. I was like the idea if he asked everyone, "You're really the leader of the group," just to every person. Yeah. So Manny can go in next if that's cool with everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
He kind of sheepishly goes in and sits on a chair that's too small and moves over to a larger chair.
Please make yourself comfortable.
Okay. And he tries to he slouches back into the chair more.
I've been following your work across the little adventure your group has been on, and I have to say I'm a very big fan of how you take charge, you move things forward, and sometimes you turn into a ferocious raise beast. That's terribly interesting to me.
Oh, yeah, you know about that? Oh, okay. Well, that gets a lot off the table, I guess. Yeah, no, that part, I'm trying to be more assertive. But the last part there, what'd you call it? A rage beast?
Some sort of a rage beast, yeah.
That's been less than ideal. Kind of trying to work on that. Do you know how to stop that from happening?
I don't. I've got my own stuff to deal with.
Oh, your own rage beasts? I guess we all have a rage beast in us in some form, don't we?
Ever the philosopher, Manus Hilden. Would you say that your transition into that state is an asset or more of a liability? Just speaking strictly business, of course.
Well, if we're just being honest, I mean, I don't think I'd be here without it. So I think I have to consider an asset in terms of my line of work. It's gotten me out of some dangerous spots and help my friends. But I mean, to be honest, as a personal life, it's definitely been a liability. I mean, I can't go home as long as this keeps happening to me.
And where is home exactly? I have somewhere in Larash in my notes.
Somewhere in Larash is extremely accurate. No, we're the Hilden herd. Well, we move around a bit, but we kind of hang near the Godswood, the Eastern Godswood and the northern ice flows of Larash. We do pilgrimages there.
Lovely country.
Yeah, I really liked it. He looks really sad when he's talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah, and so I don't know. At this time of year, they're probably just starting the pilgrimage up to the ice flows. So, my mom and dad will have packed up the wagon and set off.
Well, buck up. I'm sure that you'll be back there in no time. The conditions of your exile were related to your condition aforementioned?
Yeah. So it happened once we were attacked, uh, and the first time I became a rage beast, for lack of a better word, there was a werewolf attack, and I found myself transforming. I thought it was into a werewolf, but it's not like that. It's there's no wolfiness, I guess. But I mean, again, it was good. I saved my friends and survived, but the elders thought that I was too dangerous to stay around, so that's why I set out. I gotta try to find out how to end this so I can go home.
And I respect the quest. I do.
Thanks, Mr. Vadrick. Lord Vadrick? I'm sorry, I'm not
Whichever
good
you-
with titles.
Whichever you prefer is fine. I don't mean to cut us short, but that's really all I had. It was
Oh, thank
mainly
God.
Rage Beast, liability question mark.
I'm sorry, where did we land on that?
I'm gonna classify it as an asset until I am proven otherwise incorrect.
Oh, this is so much better than my last interview. Okay, well, thanks, Mr. Vadrick.
Of course. Send the next one in on your way out.
Okay. And he walks out the door. And I think, because Quintilian, being that he said Quintilian not first, man, he's going to take it as in Quintilian goes last. So he goes, 1A, I think you're up.
Okay. One eye will head in and not sit down. Just stand there in front of the desk. Not imposing, not trying to be a threat,
Yeah.
just standing.
Well, this is awkward. Do you want to sit? Can I offer you a chair? A chaise?
Usually they do not compliment the shell.
And you're all about looks, I understand.
Not that kind of compliment. They usually the
I have
chairs are
to
destroyed.
say, I like the pants.
Such an inappropriate interview.
Why is everything you're saying so sexual?
I'm half vampire. I can't help it.
What's a vampire?
Yeah, I suppose you might not have heard of a vampire out in wherever you're from. Creatures of the night, drinkers of blood and life force, immortals.
And you are one of these? A full...
Half. Maybe you've heard of Drail?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's good. He was a fine father before he was sealed away in a little tomb. But this isn't about me. This is about you. Turtles come from bales, is that
That is usually what we refer
correct?
to our families as, correct.
Yes. And from what I've heard, yours isn't doing super well.
Correct.
Would you mind expanding on that a little bit? It's sort of a gray area in my intelligence.
The corruption that Mazad brought destroyed the minds and attitudes of many peaceful creatures, peaceful members of my Baal. They turned against one another, did awful things.
Now, you say corruption of Mazad, and I live in this world too. We've all experienced Mazad's influence, but can you be maybe a little bit more specific about this corruption?
Instead of living in a world where we shared and lived harmoniously, some decided to take and keep and used violence, slavery, used capture, torture to keep what they did not deserve or earn.
Now, you lost me at the slavery portion, but as a person who takes and keeps and is not afraid to use violence, is there an issue working for me?
Well, you asked us to stop people growing multiple digits, and I experienced it, and I didn't care for it. So
Unsightly things, aren't they?
it was very discomforting. I did not care for it.
Not good.
As of right now, I'm okay doing this thing.
Now, as pertains to the job I have in mind, this corruption that affected your bail, you're not any kind of a risk, are you?
Nope. They captured me because I resisted them. They tried to enforce their rules on me, and I fought back.
And
Escaped alone.
Why is that? What is it about you that was able to resist the allure of Mazad? He's a powerful thing.
The thought of peaceful shores and family and friends is much more valuable than the alternative.
Huh. All right. Do you have any questions for me before I meet with the last member of your little cadre?
How long have you known Quintilian?
I wouldn't say that I know Quintillion more than what's on this sheet of paper.
You seemed somewhat familiar when we met at the gates.
That's because I'm a personable Dampier.
Okay. Should I trust witches?
As a rule?
Yes.
Or do you have a specific witch in mind?
No, not a specific one. At least I was unfamiliar with her when I saw one.
Because there's an entire nation of witches just to the west of here.
I don't think I should trust them.
Did you trust everyone in that nation? Probably not.
Okay.
Should you be distrustful of the entire nation? Also, probably not. I can't give you a straight answer here.
How long have you been alive?
This is a classic flip the interview.
Quite a while. Why don't you send your other friend in?
Okay, one last question. Do you know a good, magic shop in town?
Are you trying to find some fushigi balls?
I don't know what that is. Equipment. Such. A place that won't rob me because I'm from out
Head
of
over
town.
head over to the shop in the Great Brook. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you. Good luck finding other scepters that I've never heard of or seen before.
If you're successful in your mission, I won't have to.
He'll leave. Tilly, you're up.
He's gonna walk in. His top hat has grown bigger. A bigger minor illusion. And he's gonna take it off and then put it under his chair, and it's gonna disappear.
Nice.
Yes, I see you saved the best for last.
Is that what I did?
I can only assume so.
Yes.
For
and
my
what do
ego.
you have to say for yourself? You fancy yourself as the leader of this little group, is that correct?
I wouldn't say that. Everyone contributes the same amount. And Manny contributes a lot more.
That's a feeling I get as well.
Yeah, I just, I would say that Vera and I were the first two together, and, we interviewed Manny because, you need a little muscle, and then, well, Wanai, we picked up because you can always use more muscle,
Of course.
if there's two big guys, Manny takes one, Wanai takes the other, and, Vera and I figure out other ways to get involved in this crap.
Certainly. And it's a good spread. I love a diverse party. I have to ask about Drennick. Is that gonna be a factor in working with you?
Yes.
If I'm being honest, twins creep me out. It's weird.
Yes, well, I haven't seen him since we both left Ceres.
Well, he's an assassin. His job is not to be seen.
Yes, I also haven't heard of him, which, again, assassin, you might not. I was kind of hoping he was dead.
I don't have any information confirming or denying.
Damn it. Well, no, I don't believe, I don't believe Drennick. I mean, he's never been involved in my life in the past, so I can't see why he'd be starting now.
Excellent.
And go ahead.
Please.
Well, I just your letter mentioned my associate Kiara.
It did.
Just kind of wondering where she is and what she's up to.
Another fine question from your group. I have Kiara, shall we say, detained. She tried to take an item of great value from me, something of, shall we say, sentimental importance, and I didn't take kindly to that.
Are you telling me that she's in prison and I'm not?
I'm sure you find that amusing.
I mean, hot dog, that means I'm winning right now. That's the best news I've heard. But you really should double check that cell because it's probably empty.
I'll do my best to ensure that.
She's never been held in prison longer than a month, right?
Well, We'll see how long we can keep her. I don't need her in prison. I just need her to know, I suppose, the same sort of thing that you need to know. And at that, he kind of gets up from his desk, and he doesn't like cross around fully to the other side, but he just sort of like leans against the side of the desk, and he looks at you, and he says, "And I suppose that thing that you and your associates and your friend Kiara need to know is that how do I put this? It's not going to work to try to pull one over on me. You're not going to trick me. You're not going to fool me. And no amount of being any kind of quick-talking, floppy-eared schemer is going to allow you to skate by past my attention. Do I make myself clear?
With all due respect, you know I have to take that as a little bit of a challenge.
I wish you wouldn't.
It's like, my ears aren't that floppy.
Yeah, I think my ears actually stand up quite nice.
What's your read on the rest of your group? Can I trust them? They've all got their quirks, but then working with contractors, that's everyone.
Sir, with all due respect, I think this is the greatest party I've ever been with, and I truly do mean that.
Oh.
I don't have to go to sleep worrying that one of them may stab me in the back or take extra money for themselves or rat me out to the guard.
And would your group say the same of you?
I believe so.
Manny would.
Yeah, I treat this group very fairly. I learned my lesson after the last time. I don't know if you've heard of Lytton the Reaper.
The name came up.
Yeah, hey, do you know where he is?
Let's stay on focus.
Damn it. Alright, anyway.
All right. Well, I'm prepared to offer your group the opportunity to work with me. And I can see this as being a very lucrative venture for your party. And I want you to know that if you take any steps toward pulling one over on me, as I stated prior, I know where your stash house is. I know where your little safe house is. And I will burn it to the ground if you try to cross me, Quintillion.
Shit.
Do I make myself clear?
You mean the one in series, right?
Nope.
The one in hang on. the one outside of Westburn?
You can feed me any false locations that you'd like. I know where it is. I have it confirmed, and I will burn it to the ground if you cross me. Call it an insurance policy.
Shit. Well,
Proper response.
I look forward to working with you then.
Excellent. The rest of you, come in. Let's discuss business. And
love
I
business.
think we'll call it there.
Nice.
Nice.
Write some things down so I don't
So
forget.
Thanks everyone for watching. We will be taking a hiatus next week, I think, but we'll keep an eye on our socials for our next session.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We'll be back at this one in 2 weeks.
Follow the YouTube, follow our Instagram,
Smash that like button. Hit that little
smash
bell.
Smash
like,
it.
subscribe. Follow our Twitch. We do live stream these.
We do.
We don't look at the chat or anything, but we do live stream them.
But we will start when you are here.
We will start when we start getting followers.
Yeah, that's right.
But I mean, only during intermission. I think. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Later.